Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. Our top story. Tension continues in Manipur in fresh violence. 4 people have been killed in Thubal. Local residents allege that the miscreants came armed in a bid to extort. Curfew has been imposed in Valley region of Manipur, and the Manipur Chief Minister, Biren Singh, he has appealed for peace. Listen in.
Manipur ki miyam maroina tampakta leibiriba sinnauksin aduga lilongi praja punamakta ina khunolga apel tokjari madudi husik thoiba thodok yamna nuaitaba marale jidaba misam singda khut tharamba masisi khoi taraine logde athuba matamda khudakta khoi husik police mayamna khoi tan tanaraga mkhoi marale basing pharga athuba matamda ain gi oiba charak pinan ba tawgani aduna yaringai praja punamna laiba ki husik thoiba wa thokran thoksi yengiraga makhatana chobo irang thokdanaba marale basingdu phabada sarkar bu mateng pangbiu aibu mateng pangbiu haidnai maroina ri longi praja ipaipal imaigil singda ai khunnon jaraga ai apil tokjari oinana hairiba marale ba miyoi singadu athuba matamda nakoina sangjaro natragde nakoigi mathakta sarkar na matik chawa chap chawa action lor ko matamda nakoina madu waru roidebani akoi government gi oinana koibo mingonda nattaba lamche chatpa ahemba saja chatpagi mingonda khud thabagi damta chap chawa sera sarkar soidana pigina habsina koida harisina duna lilongi praja amadi mani tampakta lebiri bechina praja punamagna khara puning phatha biraga sarkar bu thajaba thambiraga aikoina ain gi ba thabuk tawda mateng pangbiu haidana mayamda khud ronjarga.
Dunkey Flight, it is a dangerous, illegal backdoor route undertaken by many Indians to immigrate to countries such as the US, the United Kingdom and Canada. The issue has come to spotlight after a plane carrying suspected victims of human trafficking was rerouted to India while on its way to Nicaragua after being detained in France. NDTV's Mohammad Ghazali, he brings this ground report from Punjab and Haryana region as to why young people are taking this dangerous route for their foreign dreams.
As these visuals flash across TV screens, Rahul from Haryana's Kurukshetra district was reminded of his donkey journey to Libya.
सर जो हमारा एजेंट था सर, उन्होंने सर हमारे को जो है इटली के लिए बोला था, अभी मैं आपको इटली भेज दूंगा 12 लाख रुपए में। तो उन्होंने सर मेरे को 8 अप्रैल को मेरे को यहाँ से इंडिया से भेजा जी। सबसे पहले मेरे को भेजा दुबई जी। दुबई में हमें उसका पार्टनर मिला, कमल राणा नाम का है जी। और जी उसके बाद उसके पास राज में 4 से 5 दिन रहने के बाद जी उन्होंने मेरे को भेजा मिस्र में मेरा 24 घंटे का स्टे हुआ जी। और मुझे बोला गया कि आपको आगे लीबिया नाम की कंट्री है, वहाँ पे आपका 2-3 दिन का स्टे है, फिर वहाँ से हम आपको डायरेक्ट फ्लाइट के जरिए इटली भेजेंगे।
And this is what Rahul had to do to survive.
सर वो खाना भी नहीं देते थे।
खाना कितने दिन में खाना देते थे क्या?
सर कभी कभी तो मतलब 48 घंटे में, 24 घंटे में हमें सिर्फ एक ब्रेड होता सर, इतना बड़ा बस ब्रेड। और सर पीने का पानी तो वहाँ पे है ही नहीं था, टॉयलेट वाला पानी पीते, जो टॉयलेट के अंदर 20 इतना खारा पानी वही पीते थे।
But there are many like Shiv Kumar who have lost their loved ones and are still unaware of their whereabouts. Shiv Kumar sent his son to Portugal after mortgaging his ancestral land, and for the last 7 months he's been running from pillar to post for a clue as to where his son could be. The agent who sent his son to Portugal has been booked in an FIR, but there's still no news of Shiv Kumar's son.
जी पैसा इकट्ठा ऐसा है कि मैंने अपने जो लोन बोलते हैं जिसको बैंक में अपनी ज़मीन गिरवी रख के हमने ने ये पैसा इकट्ठा किया और एजेंट से हमारी बातचीत जो हुई थी 12 लाख रुपए में तय हुई थी जी। आज तक हमें बच्चे के बारे में 8 जून तक हमारी बातचीत होती रही, लेकिन 8 जून के बाद आज तक हमारे बच्चे से कोई बातचीत नहीं हो पाई। लगभग 7 महीने का टाइम गुजरने वाला है।
For many like Malkit from the Kathal district in Haryana, this route was fatal. The family got to know of his death after receiving this viral video. But how does this network of fraudulent agents operate in the region? We approached many travel agents to share the details, but no one was willing to come on camera. Finally, one of them spoke in detail.
ऐसा है कि डोंकी 2 तरह की है। एक तो जंगल की डोंकी है जिसके अंदर पैसे कम लगते हैं, जैसे 30 से 40 लाख रुपए लेते हैं जंगल की डोंकी का। जिसके अंदर क्या होता है कि पहले यहाँ से हम किसी भी कंट्री में उतारेंगे, जैसे लैटिन कंट्रीज में उतारते हैं, या फिर आजकल एक काम चल रहा है टर्की से वीजा लेते हैं हम कोस्टारिका का। कोस्टारिका में उतारा, कोस्टारिका के बाद धीरे धीरे चलते पनामा से फिर आगे पार करते हुए जगह जगह पे अलग अलग अमाउंट देना पड़ता है। जैसे सबसे पहले टर्की पहुंचे, टर्की में तकरीबन 10 लाख रुपए देने पड़ेंगे। उसके बाद जैसे ये कोस्टारिका पहुंचते हैं, कोस्टारिका पहुंचने के बाद इन्हें फिर 10 लाख रुपया देना है। उसके बाद ये जंगल क्रॉस करेंगे, जैसे ही जंगल क्रॉस करते हैं, जंगल क्रॉस करने के बाद ये मैक्सिको बॉर्डर पे पहुंचते हैं, फिर वहां 10 लाख देके उसके बाद फाइनल पेमेंट जो है मैक्सिको एंटर होने के बाद देनी होती है। और जो दूसरी डोंकी है वो है बाय एयर। इसके अंदर क्या होता है, हम किसी भी बड़ी कंट्री का वीजा लेते हैं, जैसे जर्मन का, फ्रांस का, इटली का, शेनेगन का कहीं का भी वीजा लिया।
Now dozens of Indians are taking to YouTube, Instagram and TikTok to document their migration journeys, offering tips, route suggestions and risk assessments to hop from one country to the other.
रस्सी पकड़िए भाई, ध्यान दे अमीगो।
Especially the tricky forest between Colombia and Panama and the US-Mexico border. After this flight return from France, both Punjab and Haryana have swung into action to track the fake agents. Punjab has constituted an SIT to probe the issue of illegal immigration. Haryana claims it already has one, which has been going after the fraudulent agents.
तो हमने एक एक्ट बनाया है और इस बार की कैबिनेट में वो पास हम पुट अप कर रहे हैं उसको। जितने भी ट्रैवल एजेंट हैं इनके लिए नियम कायदे बनाए गए हैं और अगर इनके थ्रू कोई भागता है तो कार्रवाई के उसमें प्रावधान भी किए गए हैं।
Most of the young men we spoke to claim that lack of job opportunities back home is the reason why they are compelled to take this illegal or dangerous donkey route to reach the foreign land. And while the government claims that much is being done to check on these illegal or fraudulent travel agents, it seems that the issue needs to be dealt with iron hand. With Kamal Sen in Kurukshetra, with Ankur in Ambala and Sunil Ravish in Kathal. In Chandigarh, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
Gangster Goldie BR has been declared a terrorist under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act by the central government. The government has said that BR has been involved in acts of terror and that he is backed by cross-border agencies. Goldie BR, who is an accused in singer Sidhu Moosewala's murder, has also been involved in smuggling of high-grade arms. This is what the government said. My colleague Mohammad Ghazali has more details.
See, we know that there are many anti-Punjab or anti-India elements who are staying in foreign countries on foreign land, and the government keeps trying to sort of extradite them back to India. It depends upon certain treaties between both the countries of the land where these agents or terrorists are staying up. Time to time, the agencies keep updating their database, they keep negotiating with the countries, and even in the last 6 months, we have heard of many such gangsters come terrorists who have been brought back to India. We know about Pannu from the Six for Justice group. He is also designated as a terrorist. His name has come up in multiple discussions between India and United States, but it has not sort of earned India anything as far as extradition is concerned. Now, what will happen by declaring Mr. BR as a terrorist will certainly put a check on his affiliates here, because what he is doing back here there in Canada is that he is sort of motivating youths, the ones who are there to look for jobs or studies, and also he is running extortion gangs here in Punjab. So perhaps on paper it looks that he has been declared terrorist, but on ground it will again be the responsibility of the security forces, be it the Punjab police or the BSF, which is manning the border, to check the flow of drugs, weapons and fake currency which has been getting into Indian side from Pakistan through drones. So on paper he has been declared terrorist. Now it will have to be seen that how government approaches to get him back to India, since he is involved in many anti-India activities as well as anti-Punjab activities.
Sri Lanka has implemented a one-year ban on Chinese research ships from entering its ports. The decision comes amid growing concerns over China's increasing maritime presence in the Indian Ocean region. The Sri Lankan government has not specified the reasons behind the ban, but it is seen as a move to safeguard its national interests and sovereignty. This development adds to the geopolitical tensions between Sri Lanka and China, which was heavily invested in infrastructure projects in the island nation under its Belt and Road Initiative. Remember, earlier last year, Prime Minister Modi urged Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe to respect Indian strategic and security concerns. And US helicopters repelled an attack by Iran-backed Houthi militants on a Maersk container vessel in the Red Sea, sinking 3 ships and killing Houthi rebels. The rebels had started firing on the US choppers as well as when the US military sunk 3 rebel-operated boats. Reports suggest all aboard the rebel vessels were killed. Remember, the Red Sea has witnessed at least 25 attacks on shipping in over 2 months. Vishal Vivek gets us all the details.
The US Navy has shot down 2 anti-ship missiles and sunk 3 small boats after responding to distress calls from a container ship that was attacked twice by Houthi rebels as it crossed the Red Sea over the weekend. The US Central Command said it dispatched 2 destroyers, the USS Gravely and the USS Laboon, after the container ship Maersk Hangzhou reported being struck by a missile at 8:30 p.m. local time on Saturday. 10 hours later, the Singapore-flagged Denmark-owned and operated container ship issued a second distress call saying it was under attack from Houthi gunmen in 4 small boats. Responding to the distress call, US helicopters came under fire from the Houthis, leading them to fire back. In the aftermath, 3 Houthi boats sunk, leading to the deaths of at least 10 militants. The Houthis have responded to these attacks, saying there will be consequences. They have warned US and they have said in their own words that American enemy bears consequences of this crime. They have also said US's support of Israel won't stop them from attacking these ships again. As you can see, this is the trade route through which these ships cross. And this is the area that's controlled by the Houthis, and they've been attacking ships crossing this area. I'll show you the full map of Africa, which shows the diversion these ships need to take. They need to go all the way around Africa to avoid Yemen fire, the Houthi fire from here. So they need to go all the way around, and it takes them good 10 to 14 days more to take that route. It has also cost great taxpayer money, and it has incurred great cost on top 4 shipping firms of the world. The top 4 shipping firms of the world have been pausing operations in these areas. So there have been a spate of attacks by the Houthis in the last 1.5 months. At least 100 drone and missile attacks have been done by the Houthis since November. Major shipping organizations have paused their operations. They have rerouted their ships around the southern tip of Africa. Longer route travels have been taken 10 to 14 days. And this has also had ripple effect on the prices. The people have been facing large prices because of these diversion of traffic. And since the Pentagon announced Operation Prosperity Guardian, 1,200 merchant ships have traveled through the Red Sea region, and none have been hit by drone and missile strikes. However, the Houthis have said they will continue their strikes until Israel's attacks on Gaza stop.
We'll take a short break. More news on the other side. In its first space mission of 2024, the ISRO launched the X-ray Polarimeter satellite today. The satellite lifted off at 10 past 9 a.m. from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh, after the Chandrayaan-3 and Aditya L1 mission by the Indian Space Department. This is yet another historic step towards space exploration by the country. Using X-ray photons and their polarization, XPOSat will help study the radiation from near black holes and neutron stars. Through this satellite, India becomes the second country in the world after the United States to send a specialized astronomy observatory of this specialized kind to study black holes and neutron stars in our galaxy. The XPOSat has been launched by India's trusted rocket PSLV and has been placed in the intended orbit. That's all we have for you. Keep watching NDTV.